just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
To the right. Yeah, Mike. Okay, double up.
Murray now on first down. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Yes, sir.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing on third. Goff. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the Cardinals' 23-yard line.
Cut! 180! Switch it. 2 for 66! Stop!
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, kill!
From the gun on 3rd down, gone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal, so, hey, if your guys can do... And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Second down.
Come off the ball! Quick dash! Come! 81! 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 6-man.
Murray gonna throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
24 is the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check 15.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Samson Abukum make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. It's taken to the 26. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Steps away to his left. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, here I come. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here I come. Check 26. 58 for Mike.
From the gun, here's Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trent Sherfield, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hecker, on to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. On the return is Peterson. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. That's Isabella open on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Well, several media outlets thought Andy Isabella was the top receiver in this year's class out of UMass. He dominated his senior year there. 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. They really say that he can just take a top off the defense. He ran a 4.3140 at the Combine, 3rd fastest of all attendees. And when he was taken 62nd, a lot of experts think he was a major bargain with loads of potential. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check 59, Mike.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Let's go now. Check the ending. I smell fear in the offense.
Shotgun now from Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Focus. Whoa.
After the run, Goff going to throw. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they work this well upfield across the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Byron Murphy, the rookie from Washington. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Dancing to his left. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in, enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now on 2nd and 16. Murray, throw left side, complete to Isabella. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hey, 5. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Okay.
Now gone. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT, and it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson. As the first half is winding down, and the Cardinals push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Now he's going to send this one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play, 43 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Now Goff on 1st down. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, 75 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On 2nd and 9, gone. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Well, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and very short, Murray has got a man complete. It's Clay. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going to fire one deep left, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Yo, you go tight. You got tight.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Screen play, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken him down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Murray from midfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Buda Baker with a pick. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
And some room to maneuver. 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. That one good for 37 yards.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. He'll have a first down past the 40, the 40, the 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT, and that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 9.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray fighting through pressure. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Goff on 1st down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Out of the gun. Goff. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his 3rd down now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Zerline connects on the extra point. And that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it.